Howdy folks, and welcome to a new G-log. Today we will be doing some awesome stuff. And by we're in New Lennon, that's why. I forgot we were here. Haha. Lots of bases. So essentially we're going to get the medium refiner because to speed things up while I was in between making the videos, I'd pop on every hour and a half and just do it. So that we weren't just like, you know, every couple of days be like, oh, here's another one, and it's not the medium refiner. So we're going to run and get the medium refiner now, and then we're going to do that nanite loop I was on about. No, there has been a change of plans when it comes to the nanite loop, and that is primarily what we'll be using for the nanites. So before, the plan was to use the residual goop. Whoa, that is laggy. What the hell is going on there? That was creepy. Why did that happen? As you can see, I had to build that for one of the things. Ooh, okay, so that's some lag. It might be because it's New Lennon and there's bases. Because normally bases don't show, but some have popped up. Okay, so let's go through this. Entry, having great success with advanced materials, able to far more efficient synthesis. It seems I can create pathway materials from all over the system. Additional data, and the additional data is of course based on the data extracted, downloading plans. Medium refiner plans restored. Excellent, so now we have the medium refiner. It wants us to build one, and we will be doing so very shortly. Excellent. Readable archive retrieval complete, beginning defragmentation of next segment. Which I'm guessing will either be the oxygen harvesters or something before that. But yeah, so we're getting there with all the things, but bases are showing up on New Lennon. This has never happened before. So I'm just going to have a quick drive-by of these and see if there's any really cool ones. So why so many showing up? I'm guessing that's what's causing such horrendous lag, but I do not have the mods required for, you know, to limit the amount that show up so that they all show up. Obviously that's too far away, I shall pick one that's closer. Now around the portal I could imagine this causing some serious issues, because if they weren't showing up then it wasn't stopping people from putting their bases there. Which means there could be some over the portal just covered over it, intersecting between each other, which I'm guessing is definitely going to happen. And as this is a cluster, I'm figure it may be the portal. Oh, I actually recognise this place. Is this sort of from something I'm not going to mention? Okay, there's a monument here. So why is there a monument here? Well, are we near the portal then? We must be, surely. Okay, there's a few just little bases here. There's a beacon at this one, it's super close, so let's have a look. So this is Kranta's base. Oh, nice, dude. This is sweet. Oh, very cool, man. It's got all the exocraft pads, and man, this is a pretty bitch. Let's land and have a look at this. Holy crap, guys, this is cool. So yeah, just so you're aware, this is, oh yeah, the lag is real. The lag is certainly real. Right, so just in case you didn't hear me at the start, this is on New Lennon, which is the Galactic Hub's capital planet. There are many bases here, as you can see. Like, it's insane how many bases are around here. Look, you can see in the distance. That's crazy. Right, so let's see this, man. This is a cool base, dude. Oh, and it's partly in the water. Oh, that's cool. I'm guessing it could be annoying for him. Why is only part of it? What's going on here, man? So this is how he's weirdly connected the other stuff. Like, oh, Mark 3. Okay, Stranger's Land Mark 3. Teleport here. Can't do anything with it, I believe. Oh, I can use this. Oh, right, yes, yeah, something came up on PS4 the other day. It seems that if you're, provided you're not through a portal or something to see it, you can use it. You can use the teleporters. I didn't know that, because I'd only ever really seen the bases through portals. Because, you know, they've had trouble popping up, haven't they? But right, this is cool. Nice. Really decorating this biodome. Oh, this is very cool, man. The design here is good. I like it. So let's go to this flooded part. Yeah. It's just like partially flooded. No way. You've got some refiners and such here. Good day, Mr. Golden Trophy Doodles. Yeah, this is cool, man. I need to see whose base this is again. Okay, oh nice, it's just another way through. Yeah, this is really... I love the design in this. This is just really cool. Well, this is awesome, man. Let's check whose base it is again. And there's even more over here. I forgot about that. Oh, the base terminal's over here. So, this belongs to... This is Krantas's base. Awesome. Krantas, if you ever watch this, very cool base, man. Really like it. This is very cool. Oh, nice. Even got a save point and base the Galactic Trade Terminal in there. Cool. This is funky, man. Unfortunately, with all these bases popping up, I hope your base isn't now super laggy. That would be a shame. Here's the stairs. Cool. Let's get up there. See what the view's like from up here. Oh, very nice, man. This is fantastic. It's fantastic. Got the Diplos roaming. Cool. I don't know why I'm liking this so much. Yeah, I just really do. I love it. Right, anyway, let's head off back to the old shipperoo. Yeah, I didn't even look at that part. Look at that. Yeah, it's like a port border thing. I like it, man. Very cool base. Definitely going to have to come back and check more of these bases out. I think we might do some of that this week. For this little project, we're going to need a total of 40 hydrogen jelly. Dihydrogen jelly, sorry. The jelly. 40 jelly. Oh, that's really worth knowing. Nice. The while it's not a wealthy system, it's like medium supply, so it's sort of medium strength system. The Galactic had second terminal, and by that I mean the one in the back. I'll show you exactly where I am in a second. This terminal here in the back, that sells jelly, so that's good. That's very useful, like super useful. Actually, while we're here, Pulse Engine S-Class, Infraknife S. So Pulse Engine great, but not a great price. Either way, not too bad. A-Class, okay, it's got A-Class on the multi-tool, which you can change which multi-tool by saving on the planet first before you pop it to the space station. Oh, nice. Scanner S, Pulse S. And yeah, the Pulse isn't too bad of a price. Life Support S and a Movement S, excellent. Movement and Life Support price is not too bad either. Sweet, that's good to know. Excellent. So yes, even more reasons to come to the Galactic Hub Capital Planet Thingy-Doodles. Okay, so let's call in the old Freighter-Rooney, and I'll explain why it's going to be different now. Now, to explain exactly why it's going to be different, I'll tell you about what happened on the survival save. So, on the survival save, I had my 10 refiners that I had just in my freighter, just because I've been using them to basically just make more chlorine. Which, by the way, I'll go over that shortly as well, because it's a very good method for making units. So, I had those refiners, and I got a bunch of residual goop. That's it, which you can refine into living slime, which you can refine into viscous fluids, which refines into runaway mold, which then refines into nanite. Now, the main issue with this is that that's actually really super slow for those to refine as well. Not only that, so you need quite a few of them, which is why I have this system here, which is this long, and I need the medium refiner so you can get past it all quite easily. But this is basically here so that I could just have a crap ton of medium refiners which loop round all the way around the back and come all the way back down here. And I could just basically keep doing a huge loop. Now, the issue with that is that it just takes so damn long, and you'd have to do 4 full loops to get 50 each. No, 5 full loops actually, what am I talking about? Yeah, you'd have to do 4 full loops to get 50 each, 50 nanites from each one. And so basically, the time that you save just isn't worth it. But what is worth it is to sort of, if you don't have the money to just buy the platinum, which refines far quicker and so much quicker that this like speeds things up hugely, and I'll tell you exactly why very shortly. But using the platinum, because it's very much expensive, but it does it incredibly quick, which allows us to have far fewer refiners and only do 1 instead of 4 refinements before we get the nanites. And it's still 50 per 250, but you know, we're doing way less work. Now, you can do chlorine to get the units. So if you can't afford to buy the platinum, you can do what I did in the survival save and use the refiners to make chlorine. And now, before I show you exactly what I'm on about, I think we'll redo this to what it should actually look like, because this is far too long now. So essentially, instead of that giant long ass line, all we want here is this 3x3 section. So I'll be deleting all the rest of that loop, which will save a lot, like and I mean thousands on complexity. And then we're going to put 8, yes only 8 medium refiners down. Okay, now we've got 8 medium refiners down. The plan is that you can barely move at all and interact with all of them. Need that one. Then move slightly there, then move slightly there. And so basically just like go in this tiny little circle around just to be able to reach them all. That's all the circle you need to go, and you can do this. Right, so now I'll show you how you do the chlorine loop and why. Now there's only 118 oxygen here, so it's not going to be much of a showing. Now I've just got with me a very small amount of chlorine and oxygen, just to show you what I mean. So you put chlorine and oxygen together. 1 chlorine, 2 oxygen makes 6 chlorine. Now oxygen, there, 34 units each. Chlorine, 602 units each. So not only are you doubling your actual resources if you just count them as like this is 3 resources for 6, but you're doubling the amount and only using 1 of the expensive thing to get 6 of the expensive thing from 2 tiny things. So 1 stack of oxygen, half a stack of chlorine makes 3 stacks of chlorine. And this is really fast, as you can see there. I mean, look, it's got a timer there, but it's rushing down quickly. It's super fast. With these, with 8 standing in the middle on PC, being about the fastest you can possibly go, you can, by the time you get to the last one, that will have finished, and you can then put it back on again. Now, this is especially true with platinum. So as well as doing this, and just doing it on all of them in a big loop, grab that. For the first 3, if you fill these, for the first 3, just whack it back on again, it'll carry on again. Now that's how you get your units. Once you've done that, sell the chlorine, make sure you keep a little more chlorine, pick up some more oxygen and carry on. Now, if you pick up an entire inventory full of oxygen, you're going to fill that inventory 3 times before you can actually, before you get through all that oxygen. So, a good idea, which is what I was doing on survival, is to get about 3,000 oxygen, up to 4,000, fill the rest of it with platinum, which can be anywhere up to 8 to 12,000. Oh, I haven't actually done the maths for that, it's just a rough guess from what I was working with on the survival save. Probably more, because I hardly had any cargo slots. Then do some of these chlorine and some platinum, or you could just run through the platinum first, because the nanites don't take up inventory once they're done, and then go through the chlorine, which will then fill your inventory, and you can then go ahead and sell the chlorine to buy more platinum to turn into more nanites. If you can just afford to do platinum, then there's no real reason. For me, is on this save I've got like just under $1 billion. There's no real reason for me to actually do this chlorine method, but it's a quick way to get units, and you can be paired quite well with the platinum for nanites. So basically, if you're like me, just get an entire inventory, as much as you can possibly carry, of platinum from multiple ships that land in a high wealth system. They'll sell anywhere up to 4,500 or 5,000 ish, and yeah, you can just fill your lot with 3 traders and start just refining to nanites, and you'll get thousands quickly. Didn't take me too long to get the 6,000 I needed on the survival save. So yeah. And personally, like this, it feels completely legit to me. If you've got any qualms about that, they've gone through the refined changes multiple times now, changing the recipes and stuff. They haven't changed this in a while now. They seem pretty happy with it. And to be fair, platinum is expensive. You're still putting quite a lot of work in to do this. So yeah, it does not feel exploited to me at all. And that is the method. Just 8 medium refiners. Now I'm going to go and friggin' sort this out. Too much crap here. And there we are. The freighter is finished. So yeah, I'm just going to give you a quick tour of what this is. So this is the loop room. That's essentially what I'm calling it. For refining loops of things. So platinum, if you want to do your chlorine, stuff like that. And that's just a really simple room, 3x3, with medium refiners going around the outside. Up here, this is my crate. Up here we have the carbon corridor, which gives a total of 7,000 carbon-ish. A little minus, little more. It's a range that these planters give, and obviously non-legacy saves can't really build this type of thing. Hopefully soon. Down here either side got my storage containers. Got these things the furthest away from everything else, all compartmentalized, so that because they're used the least, so they'll be loaded on a last priority hopefully. As we come down here, this is the main sort of area, sort of like, you know, lobby of sorts, you could call it that. I don't need to get rid of these now, which I was planning to, because the medium refiners just take up less space than the corridor previously took up. Here's the bridge with some nice trees in. I want to get some of the plants in, but as we all know, the current Quicksilver vendor is not synthesizing anything, no matter how many Quicksilver you give him, which is unfortunate. I really hope all that stuff comes back. Here we have the loop room, main loop room for magnetized ferrite, chromatic metal, carbon crystal, tetracobalt, and sodium nitrate. That's, well, destabilized sodium. We've got 2 just spare refiners here for just doing standard things. All of these 5, except for these 2, have the items pre-done. If I need some magnetized ferrite, grab it, big in, stick it back on. The full stacks of the stuff in there will last 12 cycles. In here it's 30, which is pretty insane for the chromatic metal there. These are a little more complex, have to get that out, and then just take this all down to condensed carbon. Once you've got your condensed carbon, put it in here, and because those 5 will go into 750. Then take 250 of your carbon, condensed carbon, which will then turn into 500 carbon and 500 condensed carbon. You can then turn that into 10 of the carbon crystals. There was 5 here, so basically you double it every time you do it. Obviously it takes a bit of time, but it's the same thing with these. So you get your tetracobalt, so this is 4 here. We'll make this into 8. And if this one, because I had 4, you want to do 200 instead of 250. And just do 2 sets of 200. Really, you could just do 250 and then another 150. Doesn't really matter. Same with this, I haven't got any destabilized sodium parked in this at the moment, but I have some in my storage. This one's finished now. This just goes on for a second run until we've got 500 of the carbon. The carbon one is finished now, so we just grab that carbon and put 250 condensed carbon in. Unfortunately, you're limited to 250 at times. Just have to do 2 sets of making 5 of these. This takes a while. It does not take an hour and 10 minutes. Do not worry. It takes about 2 to 3 minutes per crystal. So just leave that to go on. This one for the cobalt is finished now as well. So just add to these. and we'll whack those up for 5 tetracobalt, and then we can put the rest in for the extra 3 later. And that's a good one. So these will take a while. This is the one that you want to put them on and leave. And yeah, then if we go up here, this is all completely closed system. These 2 rooms, obviously that loop is not. If you go in here, we've got the, which I have not friggin' finished yet. I'm terrible at this, sorry about that. Basically, all these are the 5 planters, need to be hydroponic trays, need to be filled with the star bramble. So we have 10 of them for the star bramble. Then we've got gamma root, solar vine. Well, I'll say gamma root, gamma weed, solar vine. We've got fungal clusters, got the frostwort, got the kino cactus. All of these can be mixed with salt. They've each got their specific refiners. Each of these can be mixed with salt, 2 plant to 1 salt, to make a biome specific material, which is related to the biome. So I've color coded this: gamma root for uranium, solar vine for the phosphorus, fungal cluster for ammonia, frostwort for darksite, and a kino cactus for pyrite. So that gives you pretty much an endless route, because you can do the same thing that we did with the carbon crystal and such in these bunch with the old saltaruni. So as you can see, yeah, 50 of each makes a chloride lattice. So we just popped some of the chlorine in there to pump that up and make 5 chloride lattice. You can do that in both of these. I don't think I have any just normal salt though on me at the moment, so I'll just whack the chlorine in here for the moment. I may as well put this on to make salt. Basically these 2 would generally be used to make the chloride lattice. Then we'd move the chloride lattice over here to go into, see, like here, to go into chlorine and then salt. This one is empty as well. I haven't actually used this properly yet for getting the biomaterials, because I haven't really needed them just yet. So that's the biome room. Then if we go around here, we have all the terminals. Obviously we've got like 3 of the fleet commands on either side here along the back wall there. Well, front wall kinda. These, I haven't actually put the things in yet, but I want the venom urchin and stuff like that. Basically like these type, the gravitino balls, hosts and stuff that not generally used. I just like one of each of the plants on here really. We've got our agriculture specialist, our armourer, our scientist, and our construction engineer. You can't put the exocraft terminal on a freighter, unfortunately. Here is the sort of mess hall. One thing that does need to go here, which is one of the finishing touches, which I thought would be great here since I got the recipe, and we'll put it here now. And that's our appearance modifier in there. I might put a bit of decoration here or something to really bring the whole room together. That's a nice place for it, I feel, because it won't really get in the way. I can still just come straight around here to go in that room. So then if we head up here, this is the last room to show you. This is the storage room. This is largely aesthetic on this side, with very functional stuff on this side, or the majority of it really. We've got a load of these green trays here, and some here as well, which give a load of the Viking daggers and stuff, so if we search them. That was a dihydrogen jelly as well, which is nice. Then we got a Geknip from that one. Got a microprocessor as well, super useful. Another jelly from another one of them. So yeah, if you think about it, dihydrogen jelly, that is in the closed loop now as well, because you can get it from here. I didn't even think about that before. These are the sort of Atlas Pass 1B barrels. These are super useful as well. They can host warp cells, antimatter housing. You can get sodium, condensed carbon, and a few things from these. They do require an Atlas Pass V1 to be able to unlock. And that's the navigation data, another fantastic one from these. And I've got them set up so you can just go through all of them in a big line. Basically, if you want warp cells, you've got endless warp cells here. And you can just sell at this trade terminal anything extra that you get from there that you don't want, just to clear up your inventory. The trade terminals placed in just convenient locations. As you can see here, there's another one by the bridge, just so it's quick access. And yeah, so that is my freighter. I hope you enjoyed this little door and the last video to completing it. Other than maybe a little bit of a paint job and a few minor details that we can do sort of along the way, just yeah, as we see fit. I think this is pretty much done. it's been a long journey to get this frigging freighter done, because it's really changed since the original concept. It was a lot different just like a week ago, like a lot different. So yeah, I think we've refined, no pun intended, the design. We've compartmentalized everything with a big room there, a big room there which leads up to another big room there, and one up there with the main area here, to sort of make this is smooth as butter now, man. There's no lag at all. Everything's just there when I turn a corner. Nothing's popping out. If we go into photo mode, let's go to the furthest back. Right, so these are all active at the moment because there's no issues at all. If we go up here, how many of these are active? Okay, so I can't save the storage rooms, but all of these all the way back to the back of the freighter are completely active, which is crazy. So yeah, the computer can just handle all of this loaded at the same time. There's just no issue. So that's very cool. So yeah, considering what you can do in this base, this is my main place of operations. Considering what you can do in it, it's pretty friggin' small and smooth and buttery. So yeah, thanks for joining, folks. I hope you've enjoyed this trip. And now we're focusing on other things like cool fighters and cool ships in general, multi-tools. Going to look at the player's bases and stuff. We're going to do some planetary builds, which I've been really looking forward to doing. That carbon up there, seriously going to help that, especially the first build, which is going to be primarily carbon. Especially that magnetized ferrite as well. That's going to massively help because that's needed in all, well, not magnetized ferrite specifically, but you can make pure ferrite from that. You can make ferrite dust from like the biomaterials and other stuff. So yeah, excellentro. Thanks for watching, folks. Have an awesome day. Discord, Patreon, link to the description, and I shall see you later. Shut up.